Hello there, Joseph Hennessy. The name of the channel is The Children. On YouTube, it's Joseph Hennessy 1161. I'm looking for starseeds, lightworkers, rainbow warriors, wanderers, way showers, empaths, kind, caring human beings that are just tired of the Matrix. It's another day here in Northern California, the trans capital of the world. They've been beating that into our heads for the last 75 years. But anyway, we've had all 4 seasons today, and if you look in the back, there's some God-given clouds right there. That's what clouds are supposed to look like, not the straight lines coming out of the back of the airplanes that turn into, they look like almost northern lights kind of fog, where they're just kind of misty and they're not full. Those are aluminum-filled clouds that give us dementia. But those are what the clouds are supposed to look like. But I was saying to a lady the other day who noticed me dancing out in El Camino a couple months ago, how they spray us with hazardous chemicals through the air, and she said, oh, they probably do, like it was no big deal, and she was off to her next stop or her next errand. So that's how we are. We're just programmed to just blow things off, because everything they do to us on this planet is to make us sick. Everything. People want to pick and choose what they want to believe. I was talking to a fellow the other day who believes that the vaccines were poison and we've never been to the moon, but he won't agree that the earth is flat, even though I can give him 50 facts that says it is. So people pick and choose what they want to believe. I believe all conspiracies, because a conspiracy is usually a title created by the U.S. government when they don't want you to know the truth. And it started with John Kennedy Sr. And it goes all the way today, all the lies. So if they lie to us about going to the moon, why wouldn't they lie about everything else? They lied about the pandemic. They made everything up. 9/11, Joe Biden and the borders. They said borders were closed, they were wide open. But that's all coming to an end. It's just part of the matrix. It has to be drawn out. Everything that you're seeing has to be drawn out. The deep state is still trying their best to divide everybody. They got all the conservatives fighting with each other, turning on Trump. The Democrats are all over Trump again about him being on the Epstein list, which he's not. Because if he was on the Epstein list, and if he was the president in 2017 and 2020, he would have just done what the Democrats did if he was on the Epstein list. He would have just buried the files for 75 years so nobody could read it, like they do with everything they don't want you to read. The JFK files, the Seth Richards files. He's the one who supposedly leaked all the Hillary Clinton's emails to, I believe, Julian Assange, and he ended up dead, murdered. No investigation. His laptop was found. His wallet was found. They said it was a burglary. So what they do with his laptop, it had all Hillary's emails on it, and you can't see that for 66 years. Very nice number too, because that's what the satanic ones do. 66. It would have been 666 if they could have. People need to see this. They lie about everything. They make up all the bullshit about Trump. If he was on the list, why would he run for president the second term? It would make no sense. He wanted to just go away quietly. He's not on the list. The text or emails that they're talking about are from Virginia Giuffre. She's the one who was with Prince Andrew. She wrote a book. She says the one time she was around Donald Trump, he was very nice. He was very gentlemanlike. There was nothing nefarious going on with Donald Trump. So they're taking everything out of context like they do. Like they do. All they do is make up lies about the guy. One lie after another. The lady said, oh, by the way, she's the one, she got hit by a bus. Then she allegedly, when she got out of the hospital, committed suicide, but she had a dead man switch when she died. And the news doesn't tell you that. She said, "I did not commit suicide." This is one of Epstein Island victims. See, they try to tie Trump in with everything. Well, yeah, he had interaction with Jeffrey Epstein. Jeffrey Epstein was a member at Mar-a-Lago. Trump was the first one to let Jews into country clubs in South Florida. He threw Jeffrey Epstein out of Mar-a-Lago for hitting on somebody's daughter. Does that sound like a man who's into romancing young girls? No. They make up all the BS about that man. You got to do your own research. The man hasn't changed in 50 years. So enough of Donald Trump. So I wanted to speak again about fasting. Has anybody out there started fasting or done any research? Which means you can read. Fasting is very important. It's something they don't tell you to do. A doctor would never tell you to fast. You ever heard your doctor tell you to fast? It's the best way to heal and replenish your system. After 72 hours, your body's on full recovery mode. New stem cells are recreated in your system. I've never heard a doctor tell me about that. Your body starts eating all the cancers away. So what are you doing? So when you're fasting and you're drinking all that water and your body's eating that stuff away, all you're doing is flushing out all the toxins that have been put into our systems by the deep sea. So I fast now once every 4 weeks for 72 hours. I got up to 6 days, 144 hours, which was not hard to do. I built up it slowly but surely, 24, 48, 48 and a 24, 48, a 24 and a 24, a 72. Then I did a 72 and a 48. Then I just did the 144. And when I was hungry, I just drank plenty of water. And I feel so much better for it. Get all that crap out of my system. All that processed food, all the plastics that we eat, all the aluminum from the chemtrails, the fluoride from the water. But I'm pretty sure there is no more fluoride in the water. I think all that stuff's been knocked in the head, even the chemtrails. But they're put out there for everybody to see. There are people who are still just coming to awake and see what they do to us. I don't think that chemtrails are toxic anymore. I actually might think they might be spraying some medicine to help everybody. And that's just my thought. From what I understand, the Galactic Federation is well in control of what's going on this planet. The government being closed, I keep talking about, was just part of the great financial reset, the QFS, the one money system, the fiat dollars going bye-bye. All the world currency is going to have one value, 1-to-1. There's no reason for anybody's money to be any less valuable than anybody else's. And I keep talking about this over and over. There's enough abundance on this planet that's being destroyed for everybody. There is so much abundance. When we go to the fifth dimension, and I keep talking about this, and I was just listening to a Ashtar Command, which is part of the Galactic Federation. AI will do all the remedial labor that we don't need to do, because there won't be anybody trying to make $1 billion off of the AI. It'll just be used for the greater good in the right way, where everybody's taken care of. I'm telling you, there's going to be a time when there will be no money, and you'll be able to go into a grocery store and you won't even need money, because there will be an abundance. There will be no more scarcity, and there will be no more greed. There will be no more lying and deception. This is what the fifth dimension is really truly all about, is about authenticity and being who we truly are supposed to be. More empathic, more empathetic, more kind and caring and loving. I've spent the 4 years trying to change who I am, and I used to be the roughest son of a bitch that there was. And I'm still not where I'm supposed to be, but I'm a lot different than I was when I first started this journey. I'm kinder, I'm more compassionate. I see flaws in other people. When I see flaws in other people, it's probably because I see a flaw in myself and them. You have to dig deep when we do this journey of ascension. And I'm pretty sure that I'm making it easier on everybody else with the trials and tribulations that I'm going through. And I hope I am. I wouldn't want anybody to go through what I've gone through the last 4 years. It's been very hard. I'm grateful and I'm humble, and I wouldn't change it for anything, but I wouldn't want to do it again. I thought it'd be a couple weeks, like the pandemic. I thought in 2 or 3 weeks we would be zapped into the 5th dimension. But here it is 4 years later, and we're getting there. I don't know when we're going to get there. That's not for me to decide. That's for the higher people above us. God, the universe, the Galactic Federation, all your ancestors. They're all up there watching, cheering us on. And I keep hearing they're very proud of us because they keep saying what we're doing on Mother Earth has never been done before, where we're changing from carbon-based DNA to crystalline-based DNA, while we're still in our avatars. Like I keep saying, God usually just destroys everything, or 90% of everything, keeps a little bit of everything, and he reboots it and does it over again. But the experiment keeps going wrong. We keep getting infiltrated. Bad people keep doing bad things to us, and they lead us down the road to where we are today. The slave system is coming to an end. Abundance manifests whatever your heart desires. Work is going bye-bye, like I stated. AI will work for you, not against you. I remember seeing AI in Terminator, and I was thinking, man, they're going to do that to us. And if they would have got their opportunity, they sure would have. Everything on this planet is just a movie. It's just the end of the realm. All the bad stuff has to be seen, has to be drawn out, has to be purged. But they're going to keep on fighting the deep state. And their biggest obstacle is Donald Trump. And Donald Trump always says the same thing when he's talking to you and I. He says, they are not out to get me, they're out to get you. And that's us. That's the sheep. If I told you they offered him billions of dollars not to run for president this time, and he told them to stick it. Just like Charlie Kirk told Bibi Netanyahu to stick his $150 million up his ass too. Trump can't be bought. He has a mission just like I do. He's just a great disruptor. And he's doing a great job. The fake news is never going to tell you what's really going on. There's a lot of missions going on under the grounds, in the tunnel, the deep underground military bases, rounding up all the children, rounding up all the pedophiles. What you see up on the street level, on the city streets, all those Democrat-run cities, is just a sideshow for the real operations. Taking back our planet from the deep state. They're going to keep fighting. They tried to start another civil war, but it's not going to work. MAGA people, the conservatives, they don't do that. People with common sense don't do that. But we're winning, slowly but surely. It's raining on me again. We're having all 4 seasons today in California. It was a beautiful morning this morning, but I'm still grateful and humbled. A little bit of water is not going to make me melt. Actually feels pretty good. So I'm grateful and I'm humbled, but I just need everybody to change their frequency, get out, play. What I do every day, I call my 2 hours of meditation at the gym. I dance, and I go like a banshee. And anybody who knows the Hennessy's knows the Hennessy brothers all could dance. We've all been dancing since we were kids. It's my way of meditating, my way of emitting positive frequency. Like I said, the past couple of weeks, I've had some people come up to me and said to me, I see you dancing on El Camino or around Hillsborough, and I spent the whole pandemic dancing all over the place. It's why my way of meditating.
Yeah. Do you have any other questions?
You don't have to be in a dark, quiet room with your eyes closed, praying to God to meditate. There's all different forms of meditation. Swimming, dancing, singing, riding, meditating, sitting Indian style, whatever does it for you. There's no right, wrong way to do this ascension journey. The spiritual path, the spiritual journey is set up differently for everybody. What works for me might not work for you. I can make suggestions, but you have to find out for yourself. And it's not that hard to do. You just do the inner work, run on your intuition, stop believing in everything in the matrix, do what I do. I haven't watched TV in a couple of months. There's nothing on there I need to see because it's not telling me anything good. I get my news as I need it. I don't need to see any more of the matrix. I catch little bits and pieces here and there. I stay on top of the president. The Galactic Federation calls the president the USA frontman. He's just here to help humanity. Over and over again, I'm going to keep stating, why would the man take that job? Beautiful wife, golf courses, plenty of money, beautiful family. If he was on the Epstein list, it would have been out in 2016. There's no way they could have afforded him to be the president. They didn't rig that election because they kept saying Hillary 90 to 95% chance of winning. So the American people disrespected the deep state. The American people disrespected the deep state in 2016 by electing Donald Trump. So that's why they're out to bury us. They didn't forgive us. Worst thing that ever happened to their plan was Donald J. Trump. Barack Obama, Hillary Clinton, and it would have been over. But he screwed up all their plans. So what did they do in 2020? They screwed him all up with the plandemic. 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 They did it on purpose. They were all out to destroy his presidency, and he still was the best president of our lifetime, by far. If anybody who said that they didn't make as much money those 4 years as I did is lying, because the economy was booming. So they had to get him out of office, and that didn't work because they stole the election. But he had to let them do their thing. We've been under siege from a foreign government, so technically Joe Biden was never the president of the United States. But this is all going to come out. All the truth is starting to come out now. All the stuff they're calling lawfare now against the Democrats it's not lawfare. It's all the people who made up all the bullshit about Donald Trump. So he's not going after them. He's just going after them for what they did to him. They made everything up. Everything's going to come out to January 6th. They tried to overthrow the government with no guns. They lied about the FBI being there. They led him into the Capitol. Nancy Pelosi was making a documentary with her daughter. She took blame for the National Guard not being there. I've seen all the videos. Now the pipe bomb being planted by a Democrat. It's all just a lie. You can't pick and choose what you believe because everything is a lie. Everything. Sports is even a lie nowadays. It's all fixed. NBA, NFL. I don't know about baseball, but there's too much evidence of it. Do your own research. But we are winning slowly but surely. The Matrix is coming to an end. They're losing their power. All they got left is the Epstein list. Use your brain and common sense. Jeffrey Epstein's best client was Bill Clinton. On my Facebook page, I posted Bill Clinton in a blue dress, painted picture that was hanging in Jeffrey Epstein's house. People need to understand that the Epstein list hasn't been brought out yet because it was muddied up by the Democrats. So this president had to reconfigure the files back the way they were supposed to be. And I'm sure he's using them as leverage against the people. Because when everybody find out who's on that list, like he keeps saying, a lot of people are going to be in denial. They're going to be angry. And I already know that people like Hillary Clinton, Barack Obama, Christy Teigen, Tom Hanks, all frequent visitors to Epstein Island. And Richard Branson has an island real close to Epstein Island. So there's a little circuit there, and Ghislaine Maxwell had a submarine license. And supposedly she was the queen of the sea, or the ruler of the oceans. I'm not making this up. Why does she have a submarine license? Must be for the kids. But anyway, enough of me, I'm rambling. Slowly but surely, the meek shall take back what is ours. Free the children. I can keep stating, nobody is free. Too many suffering children on this planet still. So I need everybody just to stay positive. Watch as little bit of the news as you have to. I know everybody has to live in the matrix. Stay away from the negativity, because that's what they want. More division. Look what they're doing to the conservative side. They're doing all that infighting. The Zionists are trying to get everybody to hate Tucker Carlson and Candace Owens, and I don't pay attention to any of them because I think they're all kind of full of shit. Anybody who works for big corporations still and makes a lot of money doing their podcasts, I still wonder who they're really working for. Megyn Kelly works for Sirius Radio. Tucker Carlson, he's making multi-million dollars doing his podcast. I do my own research. I just listen to these people to see where they're at. But do your own research. Use your intuition, your guts. Never fail you. But we're going to fix this planet for the children, and it keeps stating for the senior citizens, our two most least taken care of people on this planet. We need to restore respect to our old people, and we need to let our children just be children. So enough of Joe Hennessy today. I'm humble, I'm grateful, I know where we're headed, and that's what clouds are really supposed to look like. So everybody have a blessed day. Namaste.